We go now live to Sarah Montalbano, a energy policy analyst at Always on Energy Research. Sarah, thanks so much for joining us here on Right Side Broadcasting.
Thank you so much for having me.
Definitely.
My pleasure.
Yeah, so can you translate yesterday's Wisconsin primary election outcome and what that means for energy prices specifically in the Badger State?
That's an excellent question because I think this is a race everyone has been watching. David Crowley in the Democratic primary won over Francesca Hong only by about 3,000 votes. And Francesca, Ms. Hong, absolutely made things about data centers this election cycle. She's run explicitly on a data center moratorium, while Crowley has issued the statement that he would require data centers to bring their own clean generation. What that means for energy is that we're going to have a choice here between putting restrictions on data centers and not allowing them to connect to the grid, rationing grid supply, or whether Wisconsinites choose to take the Tom Tiffany approach and focus on keeping dispatchable resources online and running to meet this new demand.
So it's a very interesting thing. Can you just give us that, I don't know, if you go to the maybe the grocery store and it says Idiot's Guide for Idiot's Guide for AI data centers, power grids, energy. How do you see it out there? I know you've been writing for whether it's the Wall Street Journal and other places. Can you share with us your insight on that?
Yeah, thank you. This is, I think, all anyone's talking about in energy right now is data centers. And I think our approach to this is that data centers are not necessarily the cause of higher rates that we're seeing today, because rates are a lagging indicator of the policy choices that have already been made. And what we've seen in our various projects at Always on Energy Research, including Blue State's highrates.com, which conveniently released today. All of this comes down to, or at least most of it comes down to policy choices. And for instance, here in Wisconsin, prices have risen 109% from 2001 to 2024, the second fastest increase in the Midwest, outpacing the national average by 41%. And all of that was before any hyperscale data centers hit the headlines.
It's interesting to see it. We know that they're popping up in various places across the country. We had a guest on the other day saying they would like to see them more in an industrial corridor instead of maybe certain spots out there. But, you know, that's one of the things that we're seeing happen here in this country right now. Can you talk to us about some of the other research that you've done? And I know you write about energy and natural resources.
Thank you. Yes, this has been a really exciting day because of our Blue States highrates.com report. We've profiled all 50 states and DC, plus various grid regions, and tried to explain the 6 policies that we really feel are impacting ratepayers' rates. Other than that, Always on Energy Research does a lot of cost and reliability modeling for anyone that cares to look into it in their states, model the cost of policies before they actually get enacted, so policymakers know what they're getting into.
Awesome. Sarah Montalbano, the energy policy analyst at Always on Energy Research. Thanks for the insight into the specifics there with AI data centers and energy as well. Thank you again, Sarah.
Thank you so much for having me.
Definitely.